I even had people come back, showed me that the battery blew up in the phones. I know a lot of people might give me hate because of this video, but before you start doing that, I want to say there's some good things about this phone, and I want to list these 5 things before I talk about the bad things about the phone. And then if you decide to just leave, you can go ahead and leave before you finish the video. Anyways, the 5 things is this. First of all, it does have a 435 Snapdragon processor, which is also stock plus, meaning that it's gonna just come in without a lot of bloatware. Because it's not connected to a certain carrier, that's gonna be really good. It's gonna be running stock. That's number 1. Number 2, it does have a 6-inch 18:9 ratio display, and it does have a 1080p resolution, so that's awesome. Third thing, it is gonna have 3 GB of RAM. I'm talking about specifically the ZTE Blade Max. Fourth thing is that it is gonna be unlocked when you buy it, so you can use it with any carrier worldwide because it's already unlocked. And fifth thing is it has an amazing stereo speaker on the phone, so it's gonna be very loud compared to like the Stylo or any other phone. Just keep in mind that I am talking about the ZTE Blade Max View. I'm not talking about the new ZTE Blade Max 2S. That one has only 2 GB of RAM. Now that I've mentioned those things, if you still decide to watch this video at your own caution, if you're a sincere fan of ZTE and you can't handle any negative feedback, please click away from the video. Stay tuned. What's up, guys? Thank you for watching JGTechBlog. For today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys why you should not buy the new ZTE phone. I'll give you guys a couple reasons. Alright guys, so let me tell you the biggest reason why I think you should not buy the ZTE phones. And regardless of specs, regardless of everything else, I just want to say the biggest reason I think you should not buy the new ZTE phones is because, nothing against ZTE, but it's, if they don't get it to the carriers, they don't get it to Metro PCS, Boost Mobile, Cricket, T-Mobile, etc., then that is the biggest downside for buying the ZTE phone. You see, when you buy a phone directly from the carriers, you have an opportunity to give it back if there's any issues through warranty. You can actually just walk into a store, they replace it on the spot, usually within a 30 day. But if you bought it from ZTE, you'll get that warranty usually about 1 year, I would say, but you would have to ship it in, you would have to wait for it to come back out. So it's kind of a discrepancy. It's a little bit more difficult to get that reimbursement of the phone compared to just walking into the store. So another thing where I think that's going to make it very difficult is that you won't get the incentive, basically the price. There won't be an incentive getting it from ZTE compared to getting it from the carrier, because usually with the carriers, they work with the companies, the manufacturers of the phones, to give you promotions on the phones. So you might get the phone, if it was initially for about $199, you might end up getting it for $150 or maybe even $99. They even came out with the ZTE Z Max, if I'm not mistaken, for about $99. The reason for that was because they worked with Metro PCS to get you that good price. Now, if you're not on the carrier, you won't get that good deal if you're just buying the phone directly from ZTE. So just keep that in mind. If it does come to the carriers, then scratch everything that I just said, and this is going to be one of the good phones to get. But if not, then I think there's better options out there right now, and there are new phones that are coming out to Metro. If you guys haven't heard, the LG K30 and the A6 from Samsung. So we'll compare those to the Stylo 4. So the first reason is there's many other phones that I've seen on the market and that I've reviewed on this channel as well that are for a lower price and have more specs. To name a few, you have the LG Stylo 4 going for $179 compared to the $199 of the ZTE Max phone. That's number one. Second reason is something that I have personally dealt with many times while I was selling ZTE phones. They were one of the worst manufacturers in terms of problems with their batteries. A lot of people were returning the phones because of issues with the batteries. If they fixed it in this model, we won't tell until maybe a couple months later, once we see a lot of people buying the phones and see if there's any returns. But even sometimes they won't even show those records to see how many are really getting returned. But if you just look up some data, and I'm going to try to put it up right here in the screen, you'll realize that there's so many people that complain regarding the ZTE phones, batteries, and just the overall quality of their build, because they're really made just low-end, out of low-end quality material before they're sent out to the US. Alright guys, so the third reason why I think you should not buy the new ZTE phones, especially the ZTE 2S, is because it's running 2 GB of RAM. Nowadays, if you really want a decent Android phone that's running smoothly, you should at least try to get something that's more than 2 GB of RAM, especially if you're doing gaming, if you're doing any of this type of stuff. It's not going to be working properly. It might even lag with you all the time. It might just frustrate you to the point where you're just going to break the phone. Anyways, just my recommendation. By the way, for those that actually don't like the LG Stylo 4, regardless of what phone you get, there's also the Blue Vivo. They came out with a really nice phone. They also have good deals with Boost Mobile. For example, they're giving like a G6 for about 50 bucks if you're port in. They're also selling used ones for about $349 for a Galaxy. They're also selling like a Galaxy S8 and S9 for about $350. There's so many other options on the market now that you can get even a high-end phone that's used or second-hand. You'll probably get at a really decent price nowadays compared to spending about $200. I'm really doing this video so you guys can make a good decision on what phone you guys like. Hey, at the end of the day, if you like ZTE and you want to stick with them just because of the brand, feel free to do so. That's all your right. You know, it's your money, and I'm here just doing a trustful review on what you guys should and should not get. But at the end, it is always just the opinion, and everybody has their own opinion or decisions. And if you do like ZTE, again, just go with it. There was a lot of people that had a lot of problems with the ZTE Blade, and they were coming back with defects left and right, whether it was regarding the updates, the battery, or just the phone started to lag and crashing. I even had people come back showed me that the battery blew up in the phones. And you actually can go on Reddit and you'll see posts of people talking about this. I wasn't surprised that I wasn't the only one having these problems. When I was doing my research, I found that other dealers and different stores across the nation were having similar problems from their customers coming back with the phones. The manufacturing of the ZTE phones has less quality than the LG and the Samsung phones. That's actually how they were able to bring the prices really down. For example, they were selling the ZTE Blade for about $99. At that time, nothing was competing with the ZTE. Although it was low prices, it was also low build quality. So keep that in mind. But currently, LG Style 4 still stands as the undefeated king for any carrier currently if you want to get a nice phone. At the end of the day, this is my opinion. If you guys disagree, it's all good. Let me know what is your opinion down in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit that like button. See you guys in the next one. For those that made it to the end of the video, I have some great news for you guys. For the past year, I've been working on something on the side. I've been working on this website, CLEQQ. You can go ahead and check it out. You guys will be the first to see this. It's not officially launched. I'm hoping to officially launch it once we hit 50,000 subscribers. Point behind this website is basically after seeing so many people get ripped off in stores, they were being charged like $30, $40 for a case, for a screen protector, when they really cost way less than that. So I started this company to try to help people out and not rip them off by giving them some of the highest quality, the cheapest price that they could find on the market. Even when I had to go on Amazon or eBay to find some cheap cases, they would take months to come from China. So this is based out of the US. Having said that, you guys being my first subscribers, I really want to thank you guys. If you use the coupon JGFAM, I'll have it down in the description. You will get better prices than the regular visitors that are visiting the website. Keep in mind though, I'm not completely finished. I'm still adding a lot of products. We're gonna have a whole range of cases, screen protectors, and maybe even unlocked phones. Stay tuned, and thank you guys for believing in me and helping me grow. I hope you guys can join me for the big launch once we hit 50,000 subscribers.